Good morning, my loves. Happy Sunday. It's 4:30 in the morning here at the lake. Obviously, the sun is not up. It's going to be a bit. Kind of a deep discussion this morning. The hardest part of healing is when you have to accept accountability for getting yourself where you are today, getting yourself in the mess you're in, owning it. You have to own your past. You have to accept accountability. I'm not saying there weren't extenuating circumstances, but you have to accept your part. It doesn't matter. I'll give you a few examples of things that I have come across recently. You were in a lovely relationship. You started flirting. You went online and you did some stupid things. You started chatting. You started flirting. Maybe you met up with somebody and you totally sabotaged your relationship and it's over. Okay, maybe there were problems in the relationship, whether it was trust issues, somebody feels neglected, unloved, whatever. It doesn't matter. You have to own what you did. You have to own the fact that you picked up that phone, that app, and you went online and you started chatting. That's on you. No one forced you to do that. Your ego may have been bruised by something that was said or done in the relationship, but it's not that person's fault that you did what you did. Do not blame other people for your infidelity. I see that all the time. Well, they made me do it. They weren't giving me the attention I needed. They didn't make you do anything. Did you tell them you feel neglected? Did you tell them, hey, we need to spend more time together? You need to spend less time at work, less time with friends, whatever? Own it. You have to own your part in this. We're going to go up a little bit. You were raised in a horribly toxic environment. Drugs, abuse, neglect, abandonment, horrible things. And you gravitated toward gang activity. Sweetheart, nobody made you do drugs. You did that because you wanted to fit in. You wanted to feel accepted. That's on you. Nobody forced you to commit a criminal act, whether that's robbing somebody, shooting somebody, beating somebody up. That's on you. You did that. You have to own that. You may have anger issues. That's fine. But you have to get to the base of the anger and own your part in this. Other people may have hurt you beyond belief, and you're furious at them, at the situation, how you were treated, how you were raised. But that does not entitle you to hurt other people. You have to own your part in this. Every once in a while, I will deal with a court case. And it's interesting because the defendant will think, oh, well, they're bringing her in. This is a piece of cake. I'm out of this. Really? Because one of the first things I tell them, the first thing I explain to the attorney and to the courts is, if you're big enough and you're bad enough to do the crime, then you're big enough and you're bad enough to step up and accept the consequences. Man up. If you're a girl, ovary up. Have your balls, have your ovaries, own it. Absolutely. If you're big enough, I don't care if you're 14 years old and you're big enough and you're bad enough to rob somebody, beat somebody, shoot somebody, stab somebody, steal somebody's car. You're trying to prove, hey, I'm big and I'm bad. Then you have to accept the consequences for that in that capacity. If you want to be treated like an adult, you want to act like an adult, you're going to have to accept the adult consequences. And I do not mean a slap on the wrist, community service. No, I mean you're going away for a little bit. Absolutely. You have to own your past, that you put yourself in this. There may have been extenuating circumstances, but you put yourself here. Another ugly example, and I see this frequently, people, adults, have hard jobs. They have, it's not easy right now. Couples are both have, it's not like when I was a little girl. I'm 65. When I was little, moms could stay home and dads worked, and it was pretty cut and dried. Well, not now. Both parents have to work, whether that's two moms, two dads, mom and dad, whatever. It's not easy, and everybody usually has to work. People come home in bad moods. Bad things happen at the office. Traffic is bad. You may have had a flat tire. All kinds of things happen. That does not give you the right to come home and take that out on your family. That does not give you the right to come home and yell at the dog and the cat. That does not give you the right to come home and take it out on your kids. That does not give you the right to come home and take it out on your spouse, significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend. It does not. When you come home, leave your worries, leave the day at the door. What I suggest people do, you pull in the drive, you pull in your parking spot, take a deep breath, release it, and let it go. You can even say out loud, I let go of this day. It's been awful. Go in, a quick hi to everybody, take a shower, wash off the day. It will help. It will do a lot. Go in and just take a quick shower and wash off the day. And then go back and spend time with everybody. Connect with them. You need them. This is not the time to lash out. This is the time for you to hug people, for them to hug you, to support you, to nurture you. If you've had a bad day, don't lash out. It's so simple to do, but don't do it. Wash it off. Accept the fact, I had a bad day. This happened, that happened. Maybe you didn't feel good, you had a migraine, whatever, and you were a bit of a toad at work. Maybe you screwed up a project. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe you got laid off. That is not your family's fault. Maybe it isn't your fault. If the company's doing layoffs and you're low man on the totem pole, it's going to happen. Okay, it happened. Don't take it out on everybody else. All you can do, leave it at the door. Let them love you through this. Love yourself through this. Accept accountability. Okay, you got laid off. Okay, you had a bad day. Tomorrow's a new day. If you got laid off, I don't know if they still have unemployment. I would assume they do. And, get out there and start getting another job. It can happen. It will be okay. But it doesn't give you the right to treat everybody ugly. Last, you had a bad day. You've had a bad life. You've made stupid decisions, just one after the other. You keep choosing the wrong people, choosing the wrong friends, making just stupid mistakes, self-sabotaging your life because you don't think you deserve better. You deserve better. But you have to own your past. You have to own the fact that you're self-sabotaging, that you're hurting yourself on purpose. Maybe you're cutting yourself. Maybe you're doing drugs and alcohol. Own it. Admit you have a problem. It's okay. Admit you're in pain. It's okay. Admit you can't do this by yourself. It's okay. There are a lot of folks here ready to help you. Absolutely, positively, 24/7. Pick up a phone. If you're in the United States, dial 988. 988. Mental Health Crisis Hotline. They will help you. They're not going to come and pick you up and put you in a padded cell for 72 hours. No, they're going to help you find the kind of help that you need. Put you in touch with a counselor, a therapist, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a life coach, whoever you need. They're here to help you. You have to admit you have a problem. That's owning it. That's the only way you can do this, sweetheart. Across the board, accept accountability for your actions inactions, attitudes, behaviors, and yes, the consequences. And they're ugly and they're hurtful, and you may have hurt innocent people, during your path of destruction. Okay, own it. Own it. At that point, you can start to heal. Once you own it, you can forgive yourself. And that's the hard part. You finally owned all of this, and it's ugly. And now forgive yourself, because you're human and you made a mistake. We all make mistakes. It's a life lesson. The important thing is, you have to realize it was a life lesson. You learned the life lesson, and you're not going to repeat the life lesson, because it will repeat until you learn it. I promise. Learn the life lesson the first time. It makes life so much easier. I have faith in you. I believe in you. You're going to be okay. You just have to accept accountability, own your past, forgive yourself, and step onto the road of healing.